Hey all, this is Urs, and welcome back to our Cuban LP, where we have fought the good fight. We have expanded our reach across our continent here. We have basically convinced the Mongols that it wasn't worth fighting us, and we have finally completed our spaceship. As we start our journey to beyond Earth, no better place to start the journey than somewhere in the past. So let us get this spaceship together and watch it launch, carrying the dreams of the Cuban people to the stars. Look at this. Woohoo! And with that little ship flying off, we are now going to be, through the mastery of science, ready to go beyond Earth. I'll see you on the other side. And we have arrived here at our new home. We are now the Caribbean Axis, an evolution of the Cuban civilization that started this journey so long ago. We have brought our finest revolutionaries along as colonists, a tectonic scanner to exploit and take all the strategic resources this new world has to offer early, an ideology book so our revolution can spread to the stars. We are here, and we are about to land. So, in all seriousness and role-playing aside, we are in Beyond Earth. Oh yeah. Now, taking a look at our starting locations is not too bad. We have a river and a coast, some fruit and fungus. And this looks like a pretty good place as any. I don't see any strategics here, which is kind of a downside. We do have a xenomass here, which may be going to Harmony. Who knows? Either way, we're going to land our ship right there and see what we can do. Oh, I love that. Don't you love that animation? It is epic. There may be more. I also randomized the continents, so I'm not exactly quite certain what we're going to get. This could be Terran, Protean, or Archipelago. It kind of looks like not Archipelago right now. It's either Terran or Protean, we'll see. Terran being continents, and Protean being one giant Pangea, so there's that. Also, I just realized the music is kind of loud, so can we just change that for 2 seconds? Audio options. Then about 50%, yeah? And the sound effect. Is there a master volume somewhere? Not really. This probably gonna cut this part out, honestly, but there we go. We good now? Alright, cool. Okay, so now let's get rolling with our explorer and see what this new world has to offer. Kind of exciting. Alright, what we have here. This is a derelict settlement, which you can do a exploration on. That's pretty cool. So we have both Firaxite and Xenomass where we landed. That's interesting. Probably want to get a city down here somewhere. And Floatstone. So really, these are the 3 affinity resources, and we have all 3. So not really sure which direction to go in yet, as far as affinities go. I guess we do have the most Xenomass technically, but we do have Firaxite. A good start to anything, because we do have a free affinity level. And we look at the benefits from affinities here. This is extra expeditions, this is twice strong when defending, and this is no damage from miasma. All these aren't too bad, but I'm not really sure which way to go at this. I kind of thought we'd have a good idea at the start. Usually there's one big strategic chunk, or affinity resource chunk here. Difficult questions. Which way we want to go. That is our first decision, but let's look at the tech web. This is very different from people you haven't seen Beyond Earth. It is a web, not a line, and there's a lot of different technologies, and under each of these, there are these leaf techs. And the leaf techs are a way to get you your affinity. Affinity controls kind of your military strength and kind of how what your ideology is, so to speak. But first things first, I like to go for a couple of techs early, so we can actually get production out. We have habitation. Without pioneering, we can't build colonists. That's going to be important. But I like to go chemistry. Chemistry is important because it gives you recyclers, which is your first production building. Going to be a big help. And this is also labs with your first science building, really. So chemistry is kind of what I go first, just to make sure we can get a kickstart with everything. And there's our victories progress, but we're not sure which way we're going to go with this. Choosing production. Probably going to start with the Old Earth Relic, which is pretty much your monument. Go figure. And we have a free affinity level. Now, this is a good question. Now, the kind of key issue is level 3 supremacy gives you free roads and mag rails, and that's really nice, and that's good to get no matter what. So I think starting out supremacy for now, just to get up to level 3, and we'll go from there. And we also have an upgrade available to our Marines. And as soon as you get affinity, you get to upgrade your troops, and all your troops get this affinity right away. Upgrade. So we have either 15% when attacking or 5 HP heal when not embarked. I'm going to go for the offensive mode right now. This is not too strong. I think this is way better, so I'm going to take the 50% when attacking. Now we have level 2 Marines. They're going to take a little longer to build now, which is a downside, but minor details. And we got a little resource pod. Might want to go for that first before we do the expedition, I think. We also get 2 expedition modules out of this, so that's pretty nice. We got gold out here. Resilience, another type of non-strategic resource. Geothermal, which is to power 2 geothermal sources. Wow. That's more than I've seen in a single game at any point. I'm now starting to debate whether we should get... where's that queue? To activate the production queue. If we should get another explorer out before the old Earth relic. Might not hurt, actually, to do that. Kind of do what we normally do. Yeah. Let's kick out another explorer. I'm always a fan of that. And we're going to steal that resource pod first. Let's go next turn. And so far, we're the only ones on the planet. When, as I was saying that. There we go. Who landed? This is, yes, Franco-Iberia, Le Coeur. You'll notice the leader heads are not animated. In order to make mods work in Beyond Earth, you need to turn the leader head quality down to non-animated quality. Kind of the way it goes. And this game, unlike baseline Civ, you don't have a locking trick. Like, you can't lock tiles in order to get the extra production bonus. Like, once you lock a citizen, it's just the way it goes. This is the best tile we've got for now, so let's just keep moving. See what this little pod has for us. Instant 19 research. That's pretty cool. I like that. Got aliens here already. Got another source of xenomass. We got titanium. That's nice. Titanium is really good. A lot of production early. This kind of looks like a wild zone. I'm going to be a little careful settling out here. Wild zones are kind of natural areas with miasma and usually a lot of alien nests. So until you get better tech, aliens are a serious issue. Quests updated. Yeah, we got that gifts from home. Find 3 resource pods. Well, we found 1. It's a good thing we're going to get another explorer out to finish that quest up. And let's keep going. Let's see what we lotteried into right now. Quests updated, huh? Found an outpost. Yeah, we should do that at some point. We're going to get a free settler from the way I'm going to take social policies, but until as such time as we can get there, we're going to have to be able to research what we need to. Alright, and we're going to start an expedition. This is kind of a special thing your explorers can do. They're like super scouts, and you get benefits from this, either affinity points, settlers, or other neat things. So we're just going to move on to the next turn and go from there. Aliens, minor powers, alright, nothing there. We're still exploring that. We're going to get an explorer out next turn. So not much to do except click next turn for the moment. We'll be able to get this moving soon. We can develop a virtue, and virtue is pretty much like your social policies back in Civ 5. I know this is kind of a crash course on BE. If there's any questions, obviously please leave them in the comments. You're like, what the hell are you doing that for? You'll understand why. So industry is a tree I really like. Prosperity is the quick start tree because you get this free colonist unit early, and that's really important. The way to do that is go frugality, homesteading, bang. I'm going to take that out first. It's the fastest way to get another city out. Not always the best idea, since there are aliens out there that want to murder you, but they are kind of treading on their own territory, so it is, you know, understandable. But that is kind of the quickest way to get another settle. I like to fast expand early, especially with people landing. It's kind of important to kind of get your stuff out quickly before you piss them off with settling. So, 2 pop, and that's as good a tile as any to lock down. I'd like a little more production, but right now we still need to grow as well. So there's no happiness, you'll notice. There's health, which is a little different. If you go unhealthy, it's not the end of the world. You need to manage it to an extent because lack of health does give you some negatives, but it's not as bad as going unhappy. There we go. So finish the derelict settlement. We have extra pop. Again, double pop right off the bat. That's as good as we're going to do for now, and then we'll probably get another population. So we get a lot of extra production in our capital. That's really nice. And to refill your expedition modules, you got to go to a happy, friendly city. We still have 1 extra, but I might as well get this going. Get back and refill. More geothermal. Man, I've never seen much geothermal. And these canyons and mountains are impassable. So if we settle a city down here, it's going to be really, really safe. This is pretty good. So I'm going to still try to kick around here, though, because this is really blocking me off from moving. And if you sit at end of turn in miasma, you do take 10 damage, so. Silica, another non-strategic resource. Lots of tubers. This is desert, so desert's not great. There's a vivarium building that helps get you food in deserts. Now, if I seem a little all over the place, it's been a while since I actually played Beyond Earth to any meaningful way. I'm kind of really waiting on the expansion. There's a couple things I would have liked them to fix earlier, so now I refilled from 1 to 2, and we're going to go out again. So choose production. Okay, we can't really get our recycler yet, even though I'd like to. I need to get a worker out to start improving some of this stuff. Chopping forests in BE takes a long time, by the way. Yeah, this is fine. Keep growing there. Capital. We can do a clinic for science and health. That's good. I need a worker out first, though. Let's see. Hold on. Add to queue. Yeah, all these. I mean, I do need a military unit, but I think I'll be okay for now. Quest decision. Okay, so we started with supremacy, and now this is going to kind of give us a hint on which way to go. And again, I'm not sure which way to go here. We can either domesticate the wildlife or eradicate it. We got 5 xenomass. Yeah, I'm still not really certain how I should go about this. I mean, I could just see if I can go for... there's more floatstone here, 3. So we have a really good spread of all these resources, which is kind of bad because we can't really commit in one direction. On the other hand, you know, xenomass is xenomass, so we can kind of get this and start pulling out some good stuff from here. So let's go harmony. I rarely go harmony, but this seems like a good time as any. So we're going to take the supremacy/harmony path. We can always switch around. So we have double floatstone, double xenomass, but only 1 Firaxite. So it's looking unlikely that we're going to go supremacy, but... the Slavic Federation is here. Bloody marvelous. Where are you? Okay, well, he's going to start pretending the entire world is his. They tend to be very aggressive and expansionist and very pissy. Oh, I missed that. Whoops. And more floatstones. We have a lot of floatstones, so we could technically go purity pretty easily. Alright, well, looks like we're taking a smattering of affinities early. We'll see. And we got another research part. So this is going to finish that quest for us, which is nice, after this turn. So we have some pretty good city locations here, honestly. Go there. Nice, free solar collector. These are awesome. You want these as early as possible because they generate a crap ton of money for you. And you'll see the new orbital system. You have orbital units here. Let's launch the orbital unit. To get maximum benefit, you want to make sure it's over the capital since you always work it. And I guess this is... I don't want to put it out here, obviously, so let's put it here. That would be perfect, I think. That would be nice tiles to work. So you have 3 of the tiles that were basically effectively working. Capital here, under the influence solar collector. Get more gold per turn here. That's 11 per turn. I like me some of that. And we use that to buy important things like military. Alright, back to normal mode. So we have a satellite there now, and you can see it's kind of blocking this area off. You can't have 2 orbital units in the same space at the same time. Kind of game rule thing, so there we go. Alright, quest decision. We either get them free maintenance or open them to the public for +1 culture from the monument, basically. So we're going to open them to the public and get more culture out of it. Thank you. And we develop another virtue, and you know what we're going to do with that? Keep heading toward that free settler. That's going to be really valuable. It's kind of like almost a Liberty start back in Civ 5, though not quite the way it works. And we got manticores. Yeah, I'm thinking this is a wild zone. We're going to have to clear this out with some military units. Though with the Harmony way we go, we may not need to. We'll see. Did I forget this again? Son of a gun. I really got to get that resource pod. This guy just did not want to gather for some reason. He's on protest. Or I'm just really silly and keep forgetting to do what I need to. Alright, and there's more Firaxite here. Okay, so really, we have a giant smattering of a bunch of stuff. We can go any way we can. I'm kind of wanting to go Supremacy now, because I love me some Supremacy. It's probably one of my favorite affinities. That's robot people with massive amounts of technology and things like that. It's pretty cool. And settling a city here would be really good. We got fruit within 3. We got titanium. We got Firaxite, copper, and gold. More gold, and another source of Firaxite. Is a little close to the capital, but you'll see soon enough that the proximity doesn't matter as much in this game as it did. Also, you can't settle on resources and expect to get them. You clear when you settle now, so that was why I took the tectonic scanner, which let me know where the geothermal, where the titanium, and where the petroleum is early. So that's kind of my thinking there. And now I think I really want to settle the city first, get that Firaxite up and running. And also, wow, that's a lot of freaking aliens. This is a wild zone right here. I hope the Slavic Federation gets mauled for that. And there's an expedition site right here. It's a resource pod and an alien, but I want to get this. Anyway, first things first, resource pod. There we go, chemistry. We got 20 signs for the gifts from home, finished chemistry, and the resource pod gives 20 culture. So just like in the original game, we can get a free colonist out of this. I'm going to get a social policy this turn. So free colonist, boo to the ya. Excellent. And we're going to put him pretty much where I was saying. There's a lot of good places down here. I agree, game. I agree. But I want to lock off the Slavic Federation before they start getting all pissy. And this is going to be a really strong position. There's no way to go through these mountains except through here. This is all vents and a lot of unworkable terrain, but really strong position. I don't want to go here because then I'll be unable to reinforce. And I want both Farak sites, so I think here is a good spot. I could technically also go over here. But I don't want to cancel the Xenomass, and this is a little far. So I think still this is going to be a good place for it. Yeah, let's do that way. Yes, doggy, I know. That's where I'm going to go. I agree. I should stop second-guessing myself. Totally right. And we're going to get pioneering now so we can actually start building colonists. Or settlers. Colonists. They're technically colonists, I guess so. Alright, now, finally, we can go this way. Let's keep exploring south, then, after we sell the resource pods. We know what kind of what's up there. It's the Slavs. Okay. Get that resource pod. 16 research. There's a nest there. So, I don't want to get too close to that. They're going to think I'm a threat and then murder me in my sleep. Or while I'm awake. Either way. At least they're honest about it that way. We're going to keep rolling. Making sure we get this colonist down quickly. Oh god, please don't kill me, raptor bug. Okay, good. Go away. Go away! I don't like you. There, we're going to settle next turn. Okay, they didn't get pissed at me. There is a nest there, so it's a little dangerous for me to be here, but let's see if I can squeeze that out before the aliens decide to go full aggro. And there's another nest. Okay, so we're kind of hemmed in by aliens a little bit. He may die. No, they're still going defensive on us, so let's just stay out of here. And another nest. Okay, so there's a wild zone down here. Wow. Okay. So there's a lot of wild zones around where we are. It's kind of dangerous to start out this way when you are getting the game rolling, but we can kind of elbow our way into this terrain with like 2 cities down here. Once we get a military, we start elbowing our way that way. So we should be all right. But this is a little bit tighter quarters than I would like. I'd like to be able to spread out further, but what can you do? Nueva Habana is here anyway. Alright, well, we'll see what our explorers get around here. We can't go down here safely without getting killed. So that's pretty much the end of our exploration in this direction. Ow! I'm getting away from your nest, dude. Just chill. Chill. Get away. These are sea dragons, by the way. These are aliens that go aquatic on you. Alright, we finished our worker. I'm going to get the recycler up because we're going to need to start building stuff. We're doing not great on science right now, but that's not the primary concern. What are you doing? Is miasma? Keep constructing that. I didn't tell you to do anything different. Okay, worker. Let's start improving this. It's going to give us food. Yeah. Next. Please don't die, worker. Who landed now? This is... Ah, yes, the Pan-Asian Cooperative. Tiangong. Welcome, welcome to the planet. Why did you follow us? Alright, +1 food. That'll work. Get a little more workers out here. And this guy is seen better days, honestly, this poor explorer. We might have to heal him up so he can go through a miasma tile without dying. So I might be able to get him back home before that happens. So let's do that. No! Why? I was trying to get that. You bastards. You were so okay with my explorer until now. Son of a gun. I invested time and money into that guy. Well, time, really. Not really money. Yeah, the one downside about this spot is that it's not going to have a lot of food, but we can remedy that by working this Xenomass tile instead. Which we're probably going to do anyway. Take this out and work here because that way we get more gold. And I like gold. I like me some gold. That solar collector's doing good work. Good work indeed. Let's get you home. You're our last explorer. It's kind of problematic. We'll heal you up and see if we can send you back up there. He's like, I don't want to go there. Tough. That's what you sign up for, man. Sign up for the giant great colony from Cuba, so you're going to have to go into hostile territory and do some explorations for me. And we're bringing him home just to let him heal up a little bit. We have grown yet some more. Beautiful. We're going to get that tile. That'd be really nice. But for now, I think this works. Let's keep growing. Production's okay. Once we get the recycler up, it'll be better. So we have this. Now we're going to open industry. I like this because there's a lot of really good tiles, policies in industry, but Magna Santi is huge. 0.2 health for every building in a city. That is huge amount of health, and just about the time when you start really dipping after you're wildly expanding, this is going to be a big windfall for you. So I think this is important. We're going to get going with that. So developing a virtue, we're going to start where you have to start industry, 10% production toward buildings. That's really important in setting up your infrastructure. So again, another great reason why I like that policy tree. So we're going to fortify this guy, let him heal up all the way before we move outwards. Got pioneering. So we updated that quest, research pioneering. We got to build a colonist now. Now's as good a time as any, I guess, to build a colonist in Jose Marti Station. Trade depots are huge also for generating production. You'll see internal trade routes are beyond strong in this game. But we do need to get a colonist, and once we finish this quest, we actually get a free military unit, so that's pretty nice. So let's get another colonist up after the recycler. That's going to help our production a lot. You're just fortifying, right? Yeah, okay. And new research. So now we can obviously send trade routes, which is great. That's really important. We could do planetary survey, so we can go into the water, but it's not critical right now. The next place I want to go is probably the Pharma Lab for health, or engineering for more production, combat rovers. Not great. We could start moving to our spy agency, or we could be able to clear miasma and do ultrasonic fences. If we settle in desert, ecology might actually be useful. So that's something to consider. And the other thing is, we could potentially go into physics as well, because this gives us our ranger, which is our first range attack unit. And you'll notice one thing about BE, range strength is 8, basic strength is 3. So range units are very fragile, but locking them in our cities are really useful. So we have the Slavic Federation next door. That might be, you know, annoying to deal with. Additionally, we also have the observatory, which gives us +2 science and +1 science from Faraxite, which we have 2 sources of in that city. So that'll be pretty cool. We could also go genetics, potentially. And that gives us cyto nurseries and more health units, and then eventually more stuff from this once you see the quests pop up. So kind of a few options here. Probably not going to go engineers. We already know what the titanium is. And the stuff here isn't actually particularly that useful. So I'm kind of thinking... And computing is where you start your spies, and spies can do a lot of cool stuff in this game, which I really want to show you. So all these neat things. I'm probably going to push to... I mean, see the physics or genetics for me right now, because I don't think I need ecology yet. Since, actually, let's see, where are we going to settle our third city? I guess it's probably out here somewhere. And being on the coast isn't as important in this game. As long as you have one trading center on the coast, you're okay. And our capital already is, so it doesn't really matter where you settle. Because you can work and send workers in to work tiles here, like work boats, without needing to be there. So we could settle out here for all the geothermal. And the there's a lot of miasma here, with more titanium, some resin, some geothermal, 2 sources of geothermal, more floatstone, titanium. So I think this may be a good spot for city number 3. And it's kind of in range and kind of gives us a good control over the map. You also, like I said, you don't need to have the perfect range on these cities, unlike Civ 5, since you're not going to be... Population growth isn't the most important thing here. There's not a lot of percentage building, so you're going to be doing a lot more cities spread wide rather than a lot of cities in one set spot, if that makes sense. It will, as you see, kind of how my strategy pans out, but I think this is spot number 3. Because like I said, floatstone, titanium, fruit, resin, titanium, and double geothermal. I mean, this is pretty epic as a location. I may drop another city up here to block off this further, because this is a lake, and again, we can control the way through. So all in all, probably some pretty good options. We got to be careful about the wild zones here a little bit. This city's going to require some defense, but that's why I'm dropping it here first and not here. That's when it could get a little dangerous. So yeah, so with that in mind, we should probably go to either... Since we're not going to need the vivariums and stuff like this yet for desert, we can either go to genetics or to physics. And this is nice. The ultrasonic fence repels aliens a little bit, so this is useful too if we need it. But we're going to take the easy early text first before we really dive deep. We want to get to cognition, which is right here. This lets you build academies, and this is kind of key to science production pretty much everywhere. It's a tile improvement, so bear that in mind as we move forward. Alright, so let's go to physics, I think. Let's just be a little defensive at first. Genetics, you know... Actually, you know what, physics. Let's go physics. I always put it off, and then I always regret not having a decent enough military when something really hits the fan, so... Alright. That'll work. That's improved. We have more food from here now, so let's go here and build us some farms. I'm staying away from these guys, just in case they get a little antsy. Let's build some farms down there. Next turn. And do these orders. As you'll notice here too, you'll probably notice this already, 21 turns for a settler. Settlers are way more expensive in Beyond Earth, but getting a core 3 cities up fast is important, especially before everyone lands starts making your life a little more annoying. Who is this? Was Franco Iberian Explorer is here already. Aren't you freaking over there? How did you get to my side of the world this quickly? It's kind of disturbing. And how they survive is the question. And we're still waiting on our explorer to heal up. I do still want to get that expedition site that I was working on, but it might have been stolen already. I think it may have been by the Slavs, because we got some bad luck with getting obliterated by units. And now we're finally healed up. Oh, who landed now? Who are you? Hey, it's the Kavitan Protectorate. City spammers, pretty much. Their outposts grow a lot faster. You can tell, when you settle a city, you can't do anything with it. It's just an outpost. It needs to grow all these tiles, and then you can finally start doing stuff with it. So, I'm maybe investing a lot of my money also getting decent tiles for this place to grow. Since, again, food is a little bit limited here, and we'll make do with what we can. This is already a good workable tile for it, but we'll feel around. Anyway, explore. Go up and see if that excavation is still available. Okay, we can pick a station. This is kind of like city-states. They drop from the sky, and if you don't trade with them, they disappear after a while. We can approve one for culture or one for food. I'm thinking culture would be good. And, of course, it kind of drops near where we want to settle. They tend to do this, but this one's actually not that bad because we want to settle up here. So we can probably trade with this and not have to obliterate it. That's pretty good. Next. I noticed the recycler helped us out. Been 16 turns to that colonist instead of 21. That's a big help. And the Africans are here. Hello, friend. Iscawa and you too. Alright. Choose production, La Habana. Nueva Habana. Haha! Old Earth Relic first, then probably recycler. Let's get this queue going. Yep, and then we're going to need a trade depot. So we can do trade routes. This is important to get your cities up early, and you'll understand why soon enough. Alright. So, where are we going to start working? That is a good enough tile to work. I like it. And then we'll probably get this one once it expands. That's pretty perfect. I may need to buy this Foraxite before the Slavs decide to drop a city on it. Anyway, up this way. We're going to explore some more. Maybe get that thing, maybe not. We'll see. It's probably gone, though. I don't see it anymore. Now, again here, we do have aliens present. Stop that. We do have the option of firing at them or just leaving them alone. And I tend to leave them alone until I really need a tile. Kind of like, you know, don't piss off the locals unless you have to. It's just polite that way. I can make this colonist go any faster. Let's see. Not that way. I can go 13 turns this way. That's pretty good. How about here? Yep, 13. All right. So we can do this. Can we do that a little better? Yeah. All right. Not much we can do there. We can speed up by a turn, and every turn is precious here, so let's do that. You notice hills don't have 2 production baseline, only 1 production baseline, so making mines is way more important here. But I'm not going to bombard the aliens right now. They're not doing anything to me, so I'm not going to go piss them off. Oh, the excavation site's still there, I think. Okay, cool. I want to try to do this, even though I died last time. It's kind of pretty valuable to get these things. Should I do a mine here for extra production? Remember, they can also just run into your territory and kill your workers, so I got to be a little careful with this guy. Before I leave him out there. So a military unit might actually be handy after I get this colonist out. It's a little dangerous not moving him with a military unit, but, you know, minor details that. We're going to move a tile at a time just to make sure we don't have... See, these guys really are defending this nest pretty heavily. I don't think I can do this safely. So let me just build a mine here for now. And we'll decide what to do later. Hi, guys. Fancy meeting you here in a place like this. Yeah, those guys are kind of really locking that tile down. It's getting a little frustrating. Hi, guys. Who else landed? Central. Ah, the Americans are here. Hello. Spy masters and all together more or less untrustworthy folk. Let's go out this way while those aliens are there. Okay, so the Slavs are expanding eastward. That much is good to know. And where's our other sponsor? And the Brazilians. Very warlike. This will be fun. Hopefully they'll go after the Slavs. Those two can go at it all day if they want. The city's expanding this way, but not actually settlers. Okay, that's pretty good. And notice we're unhealthy, but again, not a big deal right now. We will remedy that sooner than later. Yay! We appear to share a benevolent approach on the aliens, meaning we haven't murdered any aliens in the last 10 turns. Excellent. I'm going to go back this way and see. God, those guys really like that expedition site. I need to do something safely here. All right, we're going to keep developing this. Colonization is pretty good. We don't have a lot of basic resources around, do we actually? Hold on. We have gold. We're going to have... We have fungus. Not that many. So I think that's not that useful right now. And the key is to beeline Magnasanti as quickly as possible, and this is probably the quickest way. Kind of bounce one way or the other. This is okay, but I'm not too worried about wonders at the moment. This is going to be valuable. This is kind of the Roman tenet, or the Roman unique ability. Production or buildings already in the capital, so I'm just going to keep going through central planning. Probably the safest bet right now. Yeah. And notice these synergy bonuses. If we get one more virtue in level 1 here, we're going to get a free virtue that we can pick, so we can just move onward. Kind of a neat way to spread your social policies horizontally and vertically, depending. We're going to keep not blowing these guys up. And we'll have some rangers to deal with this if we do get into real trouble. Yeah, these guys just... I really want to get this expedition, but I think I need to back off. I'm just going to get myself killed. 1 food from recyclers or worker speed. Worker speed is valuable, but... I think this is going to be more useful. Just keep growing, especially in low food places. We're going to be in a couple low food areas, so we got to be careful. Please don't kill my scout. Explore, whatever you call it. This is way too many aliens to get this safely, I think. I may regret this decision, this move. Yeah, you know what? That's just asking me murdered. I'm gonna go east. Alright, you finished that. I need to be able to keep something safe. I think I'm gonna start blowing this guy up a little bit, just to keep him away from my worker. I want to be able to keep building farms, but these guys are a little threatening, so I can't do it safely. Let's just see if what he does. Maybe he'll back the hell off when I blow him up. Yeah, he backed off a little bit. That's good. Alright. This will work. Let's just build a farm here for now. I'll construct this when I have a military unit to escort this guy, 'cause it's a little dangerous otherwise. And you're going to recycle after this? Yep. And trade depot. That works. After this, we're going to do a trade depot for sure. And then we're going to have to start working on health a little bit, because we're going a little too negative at the moment. Okay, so we finished physics. Probably going to go genetics next, get our other health buildings up and our science buildings up. So we have that, at least. And we'll move on. What up? Alright, yeah, we're going to go east, buddy. You can go after those aliens if you want. But expedition site is not worth it. Let's see. More aliens. Yeah. Are you back, buddy? Come on now. Punk. I have hills there, so not worry about them getting taken. Jeez. Aliens everywhere. It's like we were landing on their planet or something. What the hell? Alright. Discovered Church of Dawn's Light. I have no idea where that station went, but, yeah, can you die now, please? Thank you. Go away. Just, you know, I'm gonna leave you be, but stop trying to kill my worker. It's not cool with that. I don't want to exterminate the aliens. I'm more or less a peaceful dude, but you can't be killing my workers. That's fun. That stuff is not funny. Another population came out just in time to get a decent tile. That'll work. Once our cycle comes out, we'll have a little more food. That works. I do want this tile, though. I'm going to buy this just to be safe. I don't want the Slavs to get that, and one of the main reasons we settled here was for the Faraxite, so kind of be a shame if we didn't get what we needed. We have another colonist out, so let's get that going. And we will drop him like I said, right there, I think, what we talked about. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Double geo. That. 1, 2, 3. Floatstone and titanium. Yeah, it was right here. So quest updated. So now we got to build an outpost, which we will. We also have another quest coming out here. Occupational hazards. Build 1 alien preserve. Interesting. So we should do that for that quest decision. And we also have to research computing. But this is the start to like the espionage track. So alien preserve, huh? Where is that in our tech tree? And if it's confusing, like it is for me, you can search it here, which is nice. Alien preserve, alien life form. Where is that? Oh, it's here. Okay. That might be a little while in coming, but we'll figure that out. Let's go this way. Next. Alright, so far so good. See any aliens here? Nope. Okay. A little risky moving the colonists out like this, but we're not too far away from home. We should be able to get this down pretty quickly and get it established. So Central's right over here, so that's kind of irritating. They're a little close, maybe getting a little antsy about us, but we'll just keep exploring for now, as explorers do. Okay, I need to go right there, and that Calvithum Protectorate thing is getting right in my way. Oh well. Okay, so we took care of that alien. That one shouldn't be bothering us anymore. Let's go here and upgrade this. Oh, crap, there's another raptor bug. And a sea kraken. Good God. All right, we need some military units to defend our workers here. Just a little. But so far, we're doing okay. We're not actually in range of anything. These are all melee units, by the way. So we should be all right. So we're going to go here, and we're going to drop this outpost. There's a raptor bug there, but... And a free soldier unit. And this is important. It's going to defend us against some nasty stuff. And it's also going to defend us here. I'll build another soldier back there when I'm ready and willing to do it. For now, we need to defend our new outpost. Because outposts cannot defend themselves. They have to kind of depend on you. And sending a trader to Lalibela wouldn't be bad. A bunch of culture early would go a long way to helping us out. How many returns? Trade depot in 3. So after that, we're going to build a trade convoy, and then we can send it. Though I think internally it's going to be more important. First off, when we get our second trader, I might do it to Lalibela. So we want to expand this way anyway. It might be good to let the station lapse. Okay. Alright. Well, this has been an extended first episode, folks. I think I'm going to call it here. Now we have 3 cities kind of down. We have a plan moving forward. I think that's pretty good as far as planning purposes go. And I'll catch you all next time as we continue our Beyond Earth adventure as a Caribbean Axis and see if we can bring this world to heal, kind of like we did the other one. So far, we're off to a really fast start compared to everyone else. We already have 2 outposts down, and everyone else has none. And this is looking up for us. I like it. I like the start. I like the strength, and let's keep it going. Thank you so much for tuning in. I've been Urson. I will see you next time. Till then.